Hello, computer animation. This is Mr. G, and I'm here to guide you through the process of animating your character. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to go from this, which is a character you have fully rigged, to something like this, which is a character um, moving about and performing and doing what you want the character to do. So we're not going to cover in this set of lessons how to build the world and how to change your camera and render it all out. That'll be another set of lessons. So let's get underway. So this is kind of divided up into 10 parts. I try to make them nice and short. So we're just going to go through each one nice and slowly. The first one doesn't even involve Maya. You're going to need a pencil or pen, preferably pencil, and some blank paper, maybe more than one. And the idea here is to just get your idea out on paper. So the first objective is to create some thumbnails. The reason why we want to make these thumbnails is to have a plan or a roadmap for your animation. Now, you've done this before with the dance steps, but we're just doing it again for a thing. So here's the assignment. Your character that you've made must perform 3 to 12 seconds worth of animation, right? I like to suggest dividing it into 3 parts. You have the character enter or have a realization, and then you have the character perform an action or avoid an action, and then you have a reaction or an exit. So an example on my QuickTime movie was Link enters, so he's falling. His action is to draw the sword and attack. Woo! And then his little realization is, yep, I'm good. He's quite satisfied with himself. It does not have to be anything like this. It could be the Wile E. Coyote example would be the realization is you have Wile E. Coyote standing there. He looks up. Oh, there's an anvil about to fall on his head. Then he steps to the right, and then the anvil shifts to the right, and then the exit would be the anvil smashing him on the head. It doesn't even have to be comical. It could be something serious if you like, but just a nice, simple, think of a short performance. It doesn't have to be this big plot, not multiple angles. It should be all from one camera. So maybe you can throw in a second one for a reaction. All right, I'm getting beside the point. So come up with the idea. As you see, I already have my idea, but this idea didn't come right away. And so what I want you to do is start thinking of ideas. And what you need to do, what's very important to do, is once you have your idea, is to start finding reference videos. Now, in this day and age, we have YouTube or Vimeo or whatever you like. And what you can do is you can look for all sorts of actions. What you want to do in your title search is you want to type in animation reference, and then you can, do fall, punch. All these things here have wonderful animations for you. You can also check out people's demo reels to see what they're doing, and you'll notice lots of little short animations. So, this is called Endless Reference. It's a channel. It has a lot of good references, like it has how to do a forward roll. And then it has like a larger man doing a forward roll, and it has different types of walk cycles and different types of jumps. And then somewhere down here, they have kicks and punches. You have all sorts of actions that you can be referenced. What I got my guy from was, this wasn't the exact picture, but it was similar. I actually got it from the Iron Man movie. I can't find the clip anymore, but that's similar enough. This is someone else's animation. And then I also looked up some fencing moves. So I looked up some Princess Bride moves, trying to get some inspiration, and I looked up other stuff. So do look at referenced video, and do look for, get ideas from it, but then you're also going to draw from it, right? So that's what we do. Okay. Once you get your idea, once you've looked at the references, once you have found these things, then you want to draw. We're not going to storyboard. We're just going to make thumbnails like we've done before. And remember, thumbnails are meant to be quickly drawn so that you're not too attached to them and you're okay erasing them or scratching them out or just starting over. but they still should be fairly accurate, and that's where the videos come into play. So, for example, for my Link here, right? My Link here, I have him falling, and you see him falling like that. And I have my video here, and I have Iron Man here falling in like that. Now, you could probably see some similarities. I didn't make it exact, but I definitely drew from that. So, what you need is a piece of paper, or you can try it on Photoshop like I'm doing right now. I don't have my stylus. I'm going to draw with my mouse. It's going to be really sloppy. But I'm just going to take my first shot. I know what I want. And it's Link falling to the ground. So I'm going to draw just a nice little, and this is what we call an action figure, right? It's not just a stick figure. It has a little more bend to it, but I'm just going to draw his head somewhere right around, just get a little head, and then give him a neck. That's all I'm doing. You do want to make sure you include the elbow bends and the knee bends. Don't make your characters straight on the limbs here. Make sure you are giving them a bend. Now, I actually want a little bit more bend in the knee, so I'm just going to make a little more bend in the knee. I'm going to bend up his knee high. I'm going to angle down his foot. And then I'm going to give this foot straight. And I'm going to make sure the toes point down. And that's my first drawing. Now, it's not 100% accurate. Like, I could probably make these arms and legs a little more length accurate. But it's there and it gets the idea across. And I'm just going to leave that as one. Then I'm going to make my new one. I just like to make a new layer for each one. So I'm just going to make a new layer for the next guy. And now I'm going to have them land. So then I'm going to have him hit the ground. And just kind of keep drawing nice and simply. So he's in the landing pose. Oops. And what I forgot to do is, because I've done this so many times, is I forgot to, there you go. So I'm giving more of a 45-degree angle to it, but this is a head-on view, and I'm just using this to inspire, really. So he's definitely bent down, and he's hunched over. I'm going to draw his head down as well, right? And then I'm going to have his arms kind of flailing out like that. His other arm is coming over here. Okay. So as you can see, I've kind of storyboarded along and just kept drawing. They're nice, simple stick figures. I would keep going, but I have my main poses. This will set us up for the next step, which is getting your Maya animated. So this is my roadmap. So I have him falling. Give him a little like whoosh lines here, right? I can have him kind of maybe shrink it a little bit. Right, and then maybe little motion lines here to imply that he's swinging his sword. But it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Another thing you might want to do is start numbering the poses. So this is pose 1, this is pose 2, pose 3, this is pose 4, etc. But you don't need all that. All you need is nice, good, clean drawings with strong poses. Notice my drawings are not fantastic, but they're simple and they get the point across, and I know where all the bends are, and they're accurate to the videos that I've referenced, right? So I've looked at the falling, I've looked at the sword fighting, and that's what I've got.